Okay, you go to a restaurant that you've always wanted to go to. Is it what you expected? Let's find out. Stop it right now. I'll focus. Bam, bam, bam. Well, hello and welcome back to the Tequila Hour. I am your host. My name is Amanda. It is Sunday. It is the 18th of... Don't know. No, it's the 18th of August. I was going to say September and now I'm wishing time away. No, it's the 18th of August 2024 in Australia. Yeah, mate. In Australia, in New South Wales, in the secret location. And welcome back to those who do regularly listen to my podcast. Hey. And to those who are new to my podcast and listening to the ramblings that is the Tequila Hour, welcome. Hello. Sit back and relax and enjoy. And you be like, Amanda, really, do I want to listen to your podcast? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe you do not want to listen to it. No. Look, I'm a few sheets to the wind. As they say, I am drinking tequila. Yes, that's right. In past episodes, if you are an active listener, would know that I have been partaking in gin. Recently, guess what? I'm drinking tequila. Yeah, motherfucker. I will link it in the description of this podcast. It's Don Julio. It is delicious. It is everything a girl could wish for. No. No, it's a great drop. I highly recommend. I'll link it. Really, let's just get into it today. First of all, mate, I can't believe it's bloody 18th of August. May I say to you that I'm having a couple of days off work. It is Sunday, which is a normal day off work for me. But I've actually had the last couple of days off, so be that Thursday and Friday, and I'm also going to be having Monday and Tuesday off. And mate, when I say I'm excited, I am bloody excited. So yeah, there's that. I will get the smash back. I'll get the machine. Don Julio. No, it's not. Yes, if you know of my love of my Rode Caster Pro 2, it's a thing. Can we get married, maybe? No. Yes, I'm not sponsored by Rode. One day I will be sponsored by Rode. I look forward to that day very much. I am still using my... If you know, you know. I am still using my Rode NT1 Signature Series microphone. That is what I'm dropping this sweet sound today and this afternoon via my Rode Procaster 2 via Adobe Audition. Mate, I'm on fire, so jump on board and get some. And yeah, like I just mentioned, got a couple of days, I'll take a breath. Got a couple of days off, enjoying just, I don't know, getting back to me, centering myself. Yeah, getting creative, getting reattuned, doing a bit of self-mastery. Take that as you will. I don't know. That encompasses a lot. No, no, I'm talking about intellectually self-mastery, not physical, but there could be that too. Anyway, there's a whole lot of shit going down. But may I say to you that, yeah, I'm spending some time, having some time off from my workplace and really enjoying just, I don't know, realigning my chi. Can I call it that? I am someone that through past experiences have acknowledged where I need time to realign my chi. That's probably the best way to describe it. When I say to you that, which I think I mentioned in my last podcast, or get it out. I'll speak properly in a second. Get it out eventually. That, yeah, sometimes, you know, I'm happy to go hard, mate. I'll fucking go hard. Take that as you will. I will go there. I'll overextend because, mate, that's I don't know, I was going to say habit, but that is something that I tend to do sometimes in reference to certain things in my life. May I say to you, though, even though I'll fucking go hard and go there is now a time where I have a limit. I'm aware of my fucking limit, and when I'm at that limit, I'll be like, ding. I don't have that, sorry. As a smash pad. I will then take some time to recenter myself, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm loving it. So, yeah, having a couple of days off work, greatly appreciated, greatly needed. I am taking time to, like I said, a bit of self-mastery going on. I've taken some time where I've spent some time in Sydney and done a couple of things where, well, one thing in particular that I've always wanted to do, and that is really the nexus. Nexus. Where did that come from? I don't know. The nexus of this podcast today is my experience at Nobu restaurant, and I'll give you a full review in a second. But first, really, I do need to touch on, you know what I need to fucking touch on? Some admin. And welcome back. Thank you to those who do continually listen to my podcast. If you didn't know, my name was Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. I've been doing this podcast over 2 years, mate, and I'm smashing it. So join me if you're interested to hear the adventures of my life. This podcast, and a couple of people, I'll touch on this quickly now. A couple of people, when I say I'm a podcaster, they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, mate, I'm a podcaster. And they'd be like, what do you talk about? And mate, I could talk about any motherfucking thing I want to talk about. But primarily, just for those who are tuning in, have never listened to this podcast before, I talk about anything. Could it be quantum physics? Could it be quantum entanglement? Could it be Star Wars? Could it be shoes? Could it be my love of makeup? Could it be the weather? Could it be me having a mental breakdown? It could be anything. This is a place for me where I just am creative. It's a self-journal. It's a place where I share primarily my absolutely love of beauty and makeup, pretty much. But it's also a very safe place where I do talk about more in-depth internalization topics, maybe self-mastery and self-development, which you may or may not know is very important to me. It is also a place where I might just talk about random shit like ghosts. So, yeah, if you're interested in any of those topics which I've just broken down for you, then grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and sit back and relax as I deliver my review of the restaurant Nobu, which is a Japanese restaurant located in many outlets in the world. But for me, I didn't go out, I didn't go to Los Angeles. I don't have a private jet, by and by. I did go to Nobu restaurant, which is located in Sydney, in the Crown, which is a casino, in Barangaroo. And mate, let's just get into it. Bam! I don't know why I keep doing that. Probably because I'm really excited to talk about this today. I'm sorry. I need to remove. I need to remove that fucking smash pad because it's way too loud. What's this one? Oh, that's cute. But this one, oh, that's boring. That does nothing.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's just. Oh, no, my podcast. My podcast is not wow. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying now. Let's talk about it. So, today is Sunday, which I think I've just told you. On Friday, I had Thursday and Friday off from my normal employment. And I planned, which I did then deliver, to go to Nobu restaurant. Nobu restaurant as in N-U, I was going to say U. I can't spell. Nobu, which is a Japanese restaurant. If you know, you know. It's a restaurant that is, okay, where I don't know what I'm saying. Too many tequilas, bitch. I'm just going to have a quick sip of my drink. And that was weird. Apart from my tequila, which is Don Julio, I'm also drinking a Monster Energy Zero Ultra. Get it? Anyway, Nobu. Okay, how do I know about Nobu? My understanding is that I first discovered the existence of the Nobu restaurant from watching, and it kind of pains me to say this, but this is real life truth telling shit. Okay, there's no filtering here. Well, there is sometimes. Look, sometimes you've got to filter your shit because you're mindful of the people who listen to your shit that you break down, okay? There are people in my life who do listen to my podcast who perhaps would then listen and go, Amanda, you probably shouldn't talk about that. So, yeah, there's that. But all in all, this is a safe place for me just to break it down and talk about shit. So, Nobu. Keeping up with the motherfucking Kardashians. Back in the day, I'm pretty sure my first exposure or even knowing the existence of Nobu restaurant was via a Keeping Up with the Kardashians episode. It pains me to say that because maybe I should do a whole episode about the Kardashians. Clearly, let's suffice to say they just need to go to the island and disappear. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, Nobu. It's a Japanese restaurant. If you know, you know. I am enamored, absorbed, fascinated, in love, intoxicated, lots of words here, for Japanese culture. When I say to you that I saw, I don't know, an episode where the Kardashians went to Nobu and celebrities go to Nobu, and it's a restaurant where you go and it's amazing and it's Japanese and it's fancy and it's all that and all of the above, mate. I'm like, if I ever have the opportunity, because if you didn't know, I love food. If you've never seen me in real life, you would say to yourself, yeah, you clearly do love some food. No. Look, I'm partial to food. Who isn't? May I say, though, I am partial to enjoying some culinary. Can't even speak. Culinary? How do you say it? Culinary? Culinary? Oh, anyway, who cares? Some delights of the food. Yeah, that's what happens when you have drinks before you do a podcast. Anyway, yes, I do love food. Most people do love food. Some people don't. Some people are more disciplined, some aren't. May I say to you that I love Japanese food. I absolutely love sashimi. I haven't had every delightful dish that the Japanese provide, but may I say to you that I love sashimi. When I knew that the restaurant Nobu was available for me to go to in a place that was not far from my residence, being that it is in Sydney, now I've narrowed down where I reside, then I say to you that I'm taking motherfucking advantage of going there. So, Nobu, Sydney. First of all, yeah, I'm straight into it. So, I think I've already talked about this. I've already said it. If you haven't already done this, grab yourself a drink, okay? I'm enjoying a tequila right now with a Monster on the side. Grab yourself a snack. Just relax. Enjoy my voice. Hopefully you enjoy not only my voice but what I actually have to say this afternoon, and just get into it. So, Nobu, okay, where is it? It's in Sydney. Where is it located? It is located in the Crown. I was going to say plaza. That's not the word that I want to use. I'm going to quickly look it up. It's a new, so Crown. Yes, you might hear some typing in the background. Very exciting. Crown Sydney. It's a whole thing. There's a hotel. There's different restaurants. There is a spa. There's a very sick seafood buffet that I'm aware of that perhaps I should have gone to instead of Nobu. And there's also Nobu, which is a restaurant, which is a Japanese restaurant, which if you know, you know, it's not the only restaurant. It has other locations around the world. Like I said, I was first exposed to its existence through Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I believe they were in Los Angeles. I went there. No, I saw an episode where they went there. I'm like, mate, that looks pretty fancy. I kind of want to go there. So when I found out and realised that this location existed at a place where I could attend, then, mate, I'm going. So it's at the Crown Sydney. The Crown is, I'm not going to go into the Crown, but basically the Crown is a casino, it's a restaurant, it's a resort, for the use of a better word. It's a very expensive hotel to stay at. May I say to you, one day I will stay at the Crown because it looks fucking phenomenal. The rooms and the location at Barangaroo, which is right on the water on Sydney Harbour, looks fucking sensational. That's all I can say. It looks amazing. Nobu. So Nobu is located at Crown Sydney, and let's get into it. So I had a reservation on Friday. So Friday just gone. Like I said, it's Sunday. So I would say to you that that was the 16th, 2 days ago, okay? My reservation was at 12 o'clock. I'm going to talk about my whole experience. Number one, I reserved a table or reserved a place. Okay, I reserved a time. I didn't reserve a table, I reserved a time. The time I reserved was 12 p.m. I was thinking that because I was staying in Sydney and I was staying at the Hilton. No, I didn't stay at the Crown because it's too fucking expensive. Maybe, and then I just if you heard that, anyway. No. Yes, would I have liked to stay at the Crown? On reflection, I'm glad I didn't. I stayed at the Hilton. We can talk about that in a second. You know I've stayed there before, but yeah, that's a whole nother discussion for another day. Drink break. Yeah, that's a discussion for another day. Anyway, reservation, 12 p.m. on the 16th. I thought midday, I thought that was a good time. That'll give me plenty of time to walk from the Hilton down to Nobu. If I was too tired, I would have I would have caught a taxi. I didn't need to. I wandered down there. Luckily it was, even though it was threatening to rain, it was a glorious Friday day. The sun was shining. I enjoyed my walk. It was nice just to get down to Barangaroo, which I haven't actually explored before. There's lots going down there, lots of shit going down there, and I need to absolutely revisit Barangaroo again. Lots of shops, lots of beautiful architecture, right on the harbour, Sydney Harbour. Chef's kiss, mate. It's all happening. It was really nice. Anyway, got there to the Crown. First of all, may I say to you, finding the actual, main entrance, shall we call it, of the Crown, I don't know. If you're just pulling up in a vehicle, may that be your own car or may that be a taxi, it wouldn't be an issue. When I say to you that I was on foot and I walked through the city down towards the Crown and towards my final destination being Nobu, may I say to you, finding the actual main entrance was difficult. It wasn't easy. Yes, I found it. I went in. I was not impressed. When I say to you the building is spectacular. Now, if you're not from Sydney, if you do not know the Crown and what the building looks like, I will do an Instagram post, and I think I've done one already, what the building looks like. It is, now, I'm not an architect in any way, shape or form. When I say to you it's stunning, the building is stunning, okay? It is a standout in reference to all the other buildings that line Sydney Harbour. You can't miss it. That's number one. So to say to you that I didn't struggle, but to say to you that I was unimpressed by the main entrance of the Crown, take that as you will. So I'm there, I don't know, it's 1:45. I think I got there to the Crown at about, like I said, I was on foot, walking. Anyway, I don't know, explain walking. I was there at, I think it was like 22 or 1:45, 12. Walked in, no one said hello. Okay, that's number one, okay. I've never been there before, okay. Not that they would know, or the doorman or the multiple staff that seem to be lounging around the area. They don't know who I am. They don't know that I've walked in. But when I say to you the simple act of when you're walking into a main entrance and being acknowledged that you're welcome to the Crown, Barangaroo, cannot deny the importance of just welcoming, I'll get it out, welcoming someone to your establishment. Didn't happen. So that's strike one, okay? I'm talking about my experience and I'm talking about customer service in particular, okay? I think for an establishment such as this, iconic place, the importance of welcoming people who come through a main entrance and saying, "Hi, how are you going? Welcome to the Crown. How can I help you? Where are you going today? Yeah, what a beautiful day it is." This cannot be underestimated ever. In my opinion, didn't happen. Strike one. So, okay, I'm in and I'm like, what's happening? It's a ghost town. There's people loitering around, clearly guests of the hotel. There's a reception area. No one welcomes me. No one's really saying hi, hello, how are you? What are you here for? Can I help you? None of that's happening, all right? There's that. Okay, so I'm in. I'm like, okay, I'm in the main entrance, I think. Where do I go? Now, I'm the kind of person where I just want to work it out. I don't need someone to hold my hand and tell me where the elevators are. But may I say to you, though, through customer service, the importance of just acknowledging someone when they enter a building cannot be underestimated. Okay, so just take that. So I found the lifts. They weren't that hard to find. I'm thinking, is this it? Like literally, this is my mind. It's midday, close to midday. I'm thinking, is this it? Is this the fucking Crown? Like, yes, the building was beautiful. Okay, because I love architecture. The furnishings look nice. It felt cold. There was people there and it felt cold. Okay, so that's the first impression as a person who's walked off the street and gone to somewhere which really is a beautiful place to go to. It felt cold. So just picture that. Found the lift, got in the lift, worked out what was happening. The lifts were weird. They had this weird touchpad. Suffice to say, I worked it out. Good on them for being more advanced with their whole technology. There's that. Went up to the level where I needed to go, where the Nobu restaurant was. Like I said, I was early. I think I was 15 minutes early. I grabbed a seat, realising that the restaurant was located at a level where you also could enter the casino. It was very, again, for a clearly beautiful establishment, it was cold. It was unwelcoming. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know. If you look, I'm going to be clear here. If you were off your face, drunk, and you had a couple of drinks and you were with some mates and I don't know, you'd been at the bar downstairs and you'd had a couple and then you came upstairs to go to the casino and then you'd be like, woo! You know, it wouldn't be so daunting, I don't know, so cold and so insular. I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's probably because it was actually midday and I'm glad I went at midday to realise that this place was shit, okay? When I say to you there was no hi from any of the staff at all, when I say to you that clearly they'd put in a lot of money around the furnishings, may I say to you that you felt uncomfortable sitting on a chair. And again, this could be my own perception, but I would say to you and challenge you that, again, if you are someone who works at these type of establishments, then it's not difficult or hard or challenging if you see someone just to say hi. Hi, how you going? How are you? Oh, what? Like, even if you don't say, what are you doing here? Say, hi, how you going, mate? Well, not even mate. Hi, how are you? Hello. Or just hello. None of that, okay? So there was that. So I'm there. I'm on the floor that the Nobu restaurant is at, clearly recognising it's also the entrance for the casino. No, I did not go to the casino. I'm not interested in gambling at all. But there's a whole line and, yeah, it was weird. Anyway, the whole thing was weird. Anyway, so I walked down to the entrance of Nobu. Now, when I say to you the entrance was beautiful, and when I talk about furnishings and finish, it looked beautiful. If I was to look closely, not that beautiful. If I was to say to you that I don't want to use the words, I'm going to say it. I don't really want to use the terminology of smoke and mirrors, but when I say to you that in the light of day, when you see everything for what it is, it's not impressed. I'm not impressed. It's not impressive. When I say to you that if, it was nighttime and it was kind of dark and you'd had a couple of drinks and a couple of whatever else you might partake in the night, then I would say to you that everything might look dazzling and beautiful and shiny and encouraging and stunning. When I say to you in the actual absolute clear daytime, not so. So I walked down a hallway, only term I could use, get to the actual entrance of Nobu, and I'm early. So I think I was like 5 minutes early. My reservation was at 12, and I will just quickly add, the reservation was made, I don't know, a week prior. May I say to you that if you cancelled your reservation, not in a time period suitable to Nobu, you were charged $50. $50, okay? So just if you're going to reserve a table at Nobu, just be aware that if you're unable to attend, if you don't speak to, I don't know, I didn't speak to anyone and not cancel. But if I say to you, if you reserve a table and you don't attend, then you will be charged $50. So there's that. Okay, there's that. So I'm welcomed by a person at, I don't know, if you want to call it the entrance of Nobu, and then basically advised that they weren't ready and just to sit over there. Now, this is not a slight on Nobu, but this is a slight. If you are going to usher people who have come early to your restaurant and there's fucking no one around, then if you're going to have a place to basically say to people, just sit there while your table's ready, have a fucking better place to sit. Having a place that's just a church pew style wooden bench and a couple of chairs, do better. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it. I'm calling it as it is. Do better. When I say to you that it then went 12 o'clock and then I was ushered to a table, and I say to you that the restaurant was empty. There was one other group of people, and I think actually two groups of people. There's one female with two children who were clearly waiting for another group of people to attend with them. And then there was another group of people separate to that again. The restaurant was motherfucking empty, okay? When I say to you that I'm ushered to a table where I could have been put anywhere, it was a pretty decent day in regards to weather. There was an outside area. The fact that I wasn't given an opportunity to choose anywhere, slight two, okay? Strike two. When I say to you, unless there's a particular reason why I can't choose a table that I want to go to or be given the opportunity to say, is there any particular place you'd like to sit today? Then I would say to you that's poor customer service. Full stop. When I say to you the restaurant was completely empty, I could have sat anywhere in that restaurant because I wasn't going to sit there for fucking hours. As a restaurant, they wouldn't know how long I was going to stay there, but I would say to you that it was empty. I was there at the actual opening time. Why wouldn't you say to me, where would you like to sit today? They asked me, the gentleman who ushered me to the table did ask me, was it the first time I'd actually been to Nobu? I said yes. When I say to you, that would have been an indication to that person to say, well, welcome. Where would you like to sit today? Would you like me to show you around so you could choose a table? No, that didn't happen. So that was strike two, okay? That's strike two for me. That's not hard. That's not difficult customer service in my opinion. That is just taking the time to read your customer, to have an interaction, and then based off that interaction, lead from there. That didn't happen. So I was ushered to a table. Like I said, it was near a window. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not impressed at all by what Nobu looked like. Like I said, if it was nighttime and it was dark, again, shouldn't be the mark of a restaurant, but it probably is in this instance. When I say to you that, okay, let me just backtrack a bit. I'm going to have a quick sip of my drink. Monster. When I say to you that I like darkish restaurants, what I mean by that is when I go to a restaurant, and usually if I go at night, I would prefer a darker lit restaurant than one that's bright lighted and it looks like the lights have come on after a nightclub. May I say to you, I like ambience. I like it on the darker side. I'm aware that it was daytime. Okay, I'm not that stupid. But when I say to you that in the full light of day, I was not impressed by the furnishings, by the chairs, by the table, by what Nobu looked like, not impressed. Okay, so that's strike three. Not impressed. Okay, because I knew how much I was going to be spending. Okay, if you were to look up Nobu Sydney and the menu and how much it cost, look it up, bitch. So there's that. So I knew I was in for a cost, and that was okay because I wanted to try it. But when I say to you, if I'm going to a restaurant with its reputation and I'm going to a restaurant where I was going to say upper class, but it's an upper class restaurant. It's not fucking KFC, all right? And I'm not comparing it to KFC. What I'm trying to get at is it has a reputation. It's a more established, more refined place to dine and to eat in. When I say to you I was unimpressed by the furnishings, by the chair, by the table, completely unimpressed for what it was, okay? So I sit down. The gentleman who was my server, my waiter, if you want to call it that, He was friendly. Could he have listened better? Yes. Could I say to you that, and this is something that, I don't know, if you're someone who's ever been to a restaurant that is fine dining, that they will place a napkin on your lap, okay? That is something that they do. You have like not just a paper, you don't have a paper napkin. You actually have a fabric napkin that at these type of establishments they place over your lap. When I say to you that if you're going to place something in my personal space, you will ask first. That should be a given. You will fucking ask if you want to invade my personal space by placing a napkin over my lap. They did not happen. That's strike 4 or 3. That's another strike, okay? That didn't happen. I will say to you that I didn't stop that from happening, but I just took that as in, right, that's what you do here, okay? So there's that. And this might sound, I don't know, I'm listening to how I'm speaking, and you might be like, Amanda, you're getting over the top here. When I'm talking, really, I want to be very sincere and succinct in what I'm saying. If you're paying a lot of money to go to a restaurant that has this type of reputation and you receive poor service like that, then I'm going to talk about it. Because I'm going to say to you, for anyone who's been to these type of establishments or go to these type of restaurants and they think it's okay for someone just to place a cotton napkin over your lap without asking permission to do so, then you're a fuckwit. That's not good customer service. I'm sorry. It's not good customer service. So there's that. So that happened. Asked for if I wanted something while I was waiting, as in something to eat. I had to repeat it twice. It is what it is. Doesn't matter. Maybe he didn't hear me properly. And then it just felt awkward. Okay, the whole thing felt awkward. I looked at the menu. I already looked at the menu. I kind of knew what I wanted to do. It's expensive, okay? I will tell you what I had to eat. I didn't eat very much because I knew how expensive it was, but I wanted to try it. So there's that. I also bought a cocktail. I'm going to tell you right now, not worth the cost. I think it was $27. When I say to you, I couldn't wait to get back to my room at the Hilton, and just have one of my bloody tequila drinks, which I bought myself, and just make it myself. Way more enjoyable than the cocktail that I had. Didn't even taste like it had alcohol in it, and it was $27, and I hadn't had anything to drink prior, so that's strike. What are we at? 5? 4? 5? So there's that. So ordered a cocktail. I said to the waiter that, yes, I'll have some edamame, which was, he asked what flavour. I said chili. There was 2 options. It was basically a snack to wait for the food to come, then ordered the drink. So this is what I ordered, and you can look online. I'll link it in the description. I ordered 2 dishes. I ordered, because I was like, honestly, I'm like looking at the prices. I'm like, mate, no. I wanted to try it, but I wasn't, I was trying to be reasonable here. So I ordered the yellowtail jalapeno, $36, which was classified as a cold dish. And the other dish that I ordered was where is it? I'll find it. It was a hot dish. It was crab, by the way. I want to find the actual wording for it. Yellowtail, hot dishes, creamy spicy crab. Okay, I ordered that. So creamy spicy crab and the yellowtail jalapeno. Now, the yellowtail jalapeno is $36. It was sashimi, yellowtail sashimi, 1 slice of jalapeno, 5 or 6 slices of yellowtail in a sauce. I think it was like probably a type of soy sauce. It could have been more than that. It probably was. It was very nice. I'm not going to lie. For sashimi, it was beautiful. It was beautiful tasting. Was it worth $36? No. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, I had which I just mentioned, I'll go back to, this creamy spicy crab. I didn't order anything else. I didn't order rice. I did also miso soup. Sorry. I did also miso soup. Creamy spicy crab. I didn't order rice. I didn't order anything to go with the spicy crab. I just ordered that. The creamy spicy crab was $48. $48. It was very nice. I'm not going to lie. It was a decent size. Do I need to describe the flavours? Probably not. It was beautiful, okay? I can't describe. I'm not a food critic, so I can't tell you, but it was very creamy. It had some fish eggs on top, caviar, I should say. It was a beautifully refined dish. Was it worth $48? I don't know. I don't know. It was very nice though. I'm not going to lie. The thing I actually enjoyed, which is on reflection quite hilarious, was the miso soup, which was $8. The miso soup, it was smoky. It was a really clear, smoky, beautiful, decent size, just in a small bowl, but beautiful presentation. It was hot. It was clear. It was a very smoky tasting miso. It had some seaweed, and at the bottom of it, it had some silken tofu. It was beautiful, actually. It was really nice. I probably should have ordered some steamed rice. Now looking at it, it was $5.50, but I didn't. Anyway, doesn't matter. The miso soup, actually, out of the 3 dishes well, 4, because I ordered the edamame chili beans as a snack, which when I first arrived, I ordered the yellowtail jalapeno sashimi, the creamy crab, and the miso. The miso at $8 was actually the standout for me, and it's a fucking miso soup, okay? Take that as you will. I would say to you that if you're rich as fuck and you don't care how much you pay for your dining experience, then I would be sure to say that there's probably many dishes here that would be phenomenal. They are not worth the cost of its phenomenalness. It's really not. It's too expensive. Number 1, I went there because I wanted to try it. I knew it was going to be expensive. It's not like going to bloody your local sushi train. I was aware of that. I'm not totally oblivious that it was going to cost me a pretty penny to go there. What I would say to you that it's not worth the cost to go there. I would say to you that I really have enjoyed sashimi and even just Japanese food from particular sushi outlets, actually. The one that comes to mind is a place that's not that far from me in Katara. It is just a sushi train that, if you've never been to one, it just basically has all the dishes that go around on a moving platform that you can just grab. I would say to you that I've enjoyed the food off that more than going to this restaurant. So, yeah, there's that. I'm just going to have a quick stop of this for a second. And I'm back. So you'd be like, Amanda, it seems like you're whinging a lot. And yes, I am. I probably am, actually. When I say to you, if you're someone who hasn't experienced fine dining and you love food, then I would implore you to find that one restaurant that you really want to go to and experience fine dining. When I say to you that there's 2 restaurants that come to mind for me in my life that have really brought it in reference to a fine dining experience. The first one that I have been to, not recently, but a year ago, would be Molnar, which is a restaurant that is located in Sydney, but I went to Molnar in Melbourne. I cannot, now this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about an absolute entire experience. I cannot fault one fucking thing with that restaurant. I will link it. It was phenomenal. From the service, from the food, from the environment, from the fact that we didn't have a reservation. Absolutely highly recommend that restaurant. The last of other restaurant that I would recommend, which I don't know what it's like now, but I went to this restaurant many years ago, is Rockpool in Sydney. Neil Perry is the chef. I don't even know if he's still the chef there, believe it or not. Like I've said, I went there a long time ago. It was a fucking experience. When I say to you, I felt like I was the shit. And the whole experience was the shit. Amazing. Was Nobu the shit? No, it wasn't. It was a letdown. It was too expensive. The customer service was poor. The experience was poorer. Now, if I was to align that to someone who say, possibly, and like I said, I did think about staying there. It's too expensive, all right? It's way too expensive. I know the rooms they look phenomenal. They probably are. But from the experience that I had at a restaurant that was located in that building, it turned me off from staying there at the Crown, because for the cost of going to this restaurant and the food that I ate and the experience I had, I would not recommend going there ever again. I wouldn't even recommend going there after having a couple of drinks and winning, I don't know, a couple of grand at the casino. Wouldn't fucking recommend it at all. And it pains me to say that because honestly, Nobu, if you are someone who watches YouTube or looks at Instagram and you see people that you follow and they go to these type of fancy smancy restaurants, Nobu is a place that you would have heard of in regards to a restaurant that people like celebrities go to. When I say to you that it was underwhelming in its entirety, the food was overpriced, and I literally felt so uncomfortable. Now, I will premise this that I was on my own and I felt uncomfortable. I just did. Could that be my own personal neuroses coming out in reference to the fact that I was sitting in a restaurant that, I don't know, I had a great expectation of, and then when I was actually there, the expectation was like a bubble burst and it wasn't at all what I imagined. And when I say to you, like as an example, I paid $27 for a drink, okay? It was a cocktail. It looked amazing in the regards to the description. Let me see if I've actually got it here, because I'm looking at, I don't know if they've actually got it here in the description of all. Here we go. Oh, they might have it. Yeah. So I ordered a cocktail because I thought I'm going to have one drink while I'm here. It was, they don't have it. No, they don't have it. It must be something that's just there. I don't know. It was called Tokyo Calling, okay? It was a cocktail. It was $27, I believe, which is expensive for a cocktail. And when I say to you, I could have made a better drink at home, I could have. The size of the drink was poor. The drink itself was poor. I'm being very truthful. It didn't even taste like there was any fucking alcohol in it. And I was drinking at midday. And when I say to you that I'm buying a drink that's worth $27, I want to taste the alcohol. I didn't taste it. Did it taste nice? Yes. Did it taste like a watered down sugar lolly drink? Yes. Was it worth $27? No. That's another strike. When I say to you that I ate my jalapeno yellowtail, I ate my main dish, which was very nice. And then, I don't know, there was no customer service. Where was the customer service? Look, was the gentleman pleasant? Was the waiter pleasant? Did he ask, did I want anything else? Did he try to strike up a weird conversation with me? Yes. Is it because it was lunchtime and everyone was sober and the lights were on and it was awkward? Yes. When I say to you that these restaurants are expensive and, in my opinion, fine dining, then I'm telling you right now that doesn't matter who you are, you need to be pulling out all the stops, everything. Engagement is key. I don't know. Look, to be honest, I ate my meal. I could not have gotten out of there fast enough. I felt so uncomfortable, so unacknowledged, so underwhelmed, flabbergasted. I knew it was expensive, so I knew that what was happening there, and that's why I was very mindful of just choosing 2 dishes or 3, 4. I knew it was expensive. I knew that I just wanted to have a taste because I knew I wasn't going to be spending any more than $150. I set myself a limit. When I walked out and I felt sad, and I did, actually, I felt sad. I didn't feel angry. I wasn't angry at all, actually. I actually felt sad because I had in my, and this might be my fault. Guess what? I'm not going to say it was. Let's have a quick sip of my Monster. Drink breath. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say it's my fault. Oh, I'm not going to say that creating an expectation of something like this is my fault, because I would challenge you that anyone who loves food and knows of Nobu or loves Japanese food or even any type of fine dining restaurant, and you have some sort of expectation of what that would look like, when I say to you that light and day, devastating. I was going to say horrible. I will never go there again. I will never go to the Crown. I will never stay at the Crown. And that really, I was going to say pains me, because I've seen, like, I don't know what they look like, as in I've seen them on their site, as in the rooms. I don't know what they're like. The reviews are good. I'm not spending that amount of money to stay there when I had the experience that I had on Friday. And it's sad because, like, that's the thing. Not everyone who goes to these restaurants are fucking rich as fuck, okay? I'm not rich as fuck. What I did is I made sure I went at a time where I had a little bit of disposable income, and I really wanted to go there because I really wanted to treat myself, because I've had a couple of challenging weeks and I'm like, I really want to do this, and I really then want to have the opportunity to discuss with you, my listeners, what that experience felt like and the whole thing. And I didn't go there with the intention of thinking I'm going to just bag fucking Nobu, Sydney. No way, shape or form was my intent to go there. My intent to go there was because I really love Japanese cuisine and its cleanliness and its taste and its unique flavours and the reputation that this restaurant has and the reputation that the Crown has. And to go there and feel isolated and not acknowledged and underwhelmed and ripped off are just some of the catchphrases that I'll use today in my podcast for the whole experience that was Nobu, Sydney. So, look, I don't expect Nobu. I did receive a, a email to basically give my feedback on my experience at the restaurant. I will do that today. I haven't done it yet because I really wanted to think about it. I really wanted to do my podcast today about my experiences at Nobu because, look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go there because you might experience something that I didn't experience. If you have lots of money and not thinking about your finances and you just take it for what it is and you spend $500, because I could clearly see that if you were to have, honestly, if you were to have a decent meal there, as in entree, main and dessert, and then you want to add, if you're a cocktail drinker, cocktails to that, you're probably spending, I would say, easily $500. I would say to you it's not worth it. I would say to you, even you can't compare it, and I'm going to compare it. I've enjoyed my Japanese experiences via a sushi train at my local bloody Westfield more than this fucking restaurant. And that saddens me because it's, I don't know, in my opinion, and my opinion could be, off kilter here, but it's fucking Nobu. It's Nobu. If you know, you fucking know. And so I'm saying to you, completely disappointed. Never go again. I won't even stay at the Crown. Disappointed. And yeah, that's it. I don't know, make your own opinion. If you live in Australia, if you live in Sydney or areas outside of that and you go to Sydney and you want to go to a fine dining experience or want to just go to Nobu because you know of Nobu, I'd love to hear your feedback. If you've been to Nobu and you've had a better experience than me, I'd love to hear that. But I'm saying to you that that's not my experience and I will not recommend it to anyone who goes there or wants to go there. I don't recommend staying at the Crown at all. Unimpressed by its entirety and, yeah, the end. Don't do it. Fucking save yourself some money. Don't do it. And, yeah, I suppose that's the thing where, you see something, on TV or on YouTube and you're hearing about something or through a third party, through a friend, and because I'm thinking about another dining experience I had recently with my husband where, someone goes, oh, it's a shit, you should go, and it's exciting, and you go there, it's not the shit. And it's so personal, these kind of reviews and expectations and what you expect from a restaurant or what your expectations are around food and what you think is reasonable and not reasonable in sense of the financial, experience, but also the food and the dining experience. I mean, they're intertwined. Let's not be wrong here. But in the end, I was even taking the financial out of it because I just wanted to experience the dining of it, the food of it, and I wasn't impressed. The creamy crab was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. It tasted nice. But was it worth $48? No, it wasn't. And that's the thing. It's just, I suppose when you create your own narrative around what your expectations are and then to get there and go, no. In a way, it's good because you kind of like, it's a reality check to go, well, you know, check yourself. Not everything you see online or hear about is real, okay? It's not. You can only ever experience it by experiencing yourself and making your own opinion. That's really it. There's other, you know, times or opportunities when you go somewhere and you're blown away. Like I said, Molnar is a place that, for me, I know if you've never been to that restaurant and if you live in Melbourne or Sydney and I haven't been to the one in Sydney, but I went to, like I said, my only one experience was at Molnar, Melbourne. When I say to you, I cannot recommend that restaurant any more than I will right now. It was unbelievably amazing place to go, as in the service, the place, the food, in its entirety, the drinks, in its entirety, phenomenal. Molnar was expensive. I'm not going to lie. Was it expensive as Nobu? If I was to try and par on par equate them, I would say Nobu was dearer in regards to size and quantity. I suppose it's just one of those things that sometimes, you know, if you're someone who loves food and you love going out and enjoying a nice meal, that sometimes you just got to experience it for what it is and then make your own opinion. But I'm just saying to you today that don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. Don't go to Nobu. Don't do it. Don't. Do not do it. I'm going to have a sip of my drink. Drink break. Drink break. That was a bit ambient, wasn't it? Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't. So, look, if you give a shit about my opinion or opinions at all, save yourself some money. Don't go to Nobu, Sydney, at the Crown. Don't do it. Like I said, I wish I could really say to you that it was worth it, because I really did have high expectations for it, and the whole experience was just very poor and very, very disappointing. But anyway, I did it. Sometimes you just got to do things once to learn that you'll never do them again. And I will never fucking go to Nobu again. Never, ever, motherfucking ever. And in saying that, I am super pumped to look forward to eating to Japan. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to going to Japan. I'm going next year, by the way. And I'm saying it out loud. I'm going to Japan. Woo! I'm going to Japan. I'm going to go. Oh, where do I have a? No, maybe. Yay! Yes. What do you reckon? I'm going to Japan. Why isn't that megaphone working? Why isn't that working? I'm going. That's weird. Okay. No. I don't know why this is. I'm going to Japan. It's not. No. The megaphone thing's not working.
If you would like.
No. Oh, no. I don't know what's happening. Look, all I know is I'm going to Japan next year. It's happening. I'm going with my husband. I'm organising it now. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get some Japanese food in my belly. From Japan, in Japan, live. I am going to do a podcast from Japan. I'm excited. Anyway, takeaways from today. Number 1, do not go to Nobu.
To leave a message, press 1.
Don't go to Nobu. Just don't go to Nobu, all right? Don't go to Nobu. go to Japan. Mate, there's so much more I could talk about. Where are we at? We're at 12 past, I was going to say 12 past 1. We're at an hour and 12 minutes. I could talk about my stay at the Hilton. We might leave that for another day, shall we? Can we talk about what's going on in my life? I can talk about that. No. Look, this podcast today was just about my experience of Nobu. I probably will leave it there because most people are probably tuned out by now and be like, Amanda, you're boring me with your shit. And I'd be saying to you that if you don't want to listen to my shit, don't listen to my shit. Anyway, anything that I've talked about today will be linked in the description of this podcast. So if you want to go to Nobu to acknowledge what I'm putting down today, that's on you, boo. Let me know. If you want to contact me anytime via my email, you can. You can contact me anytime via info@thetequilahour.com.au. I do primarily use Instagram for the platform that I use to basically say, hey, guess what? I'm doing a podcast, or hey, this is me. Get on it. So I have the Tequila Hour page. I also have the _1_Amanda page as well if you are interested. I do also have aligning YouTube channels as well. Anyway, thank you to those who do continually download my podcast. I know I say this every motherfucking time, but for someone who does podcasts, I do appreciate it actually. And lastly, apart from going to Japan, which I'm super excited about, touching on a goal for my podcast, I have two. One, first goal, have a guest. If you want to be my first guest, I'm just going to have to choose one because no one is reaching out to be one. So there's that. If you want to be on my podcast, let me know via my email address. You could be my first guest online in this podcast. If you want to be that person, I'm putting it out there. I'm happy to choose one. I'm going to choose one. But if you actually want to be my first ever guest on the Tequila Hour, which has been running over 2 years, then please email me and that could be you. Because I'm saying right now, I will choose you as my first guest. Secondly, if you want to be a part of the celebrations, which will be coming very soon, which will be a goal that I've touched on, which I'm very close to and very much looking forward to reaching, then yeah, I'll let you know when I reach it, and there will be tequila a-flowing on that day. So I look forward to that day, and I look forward to discussing what that goal is and just celebrating. And yeah, so thank you again. Have a great weekend. And yeah, I'll absolutely 100% catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye. You see another one you take for granted. I know that life can be busy, love, but you make time for the ones you love. It's only right, it's what I deserve. Love, tell me what you've done for me, done for me, done for me, done for me lately. Did you mind? Tell me what you've done for me, done for me, done for me, done for me lately.
even try. I used to wonder why, but now I'm left with no more tears to cry. I know that life can be busy, love, but you make time for the ones you love. It's only right, it's what I deserve. Love, tell me what you think.